Hello, and welcome to this demo. In this demo, we will look at builds and how to create a new build configuration in OpenShift. A build configuration was automatically created in the previous demo. Under the Builds section, we see that we have the simple web app build. Clicking on the build gives us more details about each run and view-related logs. Under the Configuration tab, you can see the configurations such as the build strategy, which happens to be source in this case, for source to image strategy. The source repo points to the GitHub repository. The output refers to the image stream, where the fully built Docker image will be pushed. On the right, we see a list of webhooks that can be used to integrate code changes to build. We will look at this in the next demo. You can also provide additional environment variables for any build configuration, and the event tag gives you a list of events associated with the build. This is information on existing build configuration. But how do you create a new build configuration? For example, in this case, we have a source build strategy. How do you create a new build configuration for a Docker-based strategy? It is easy to simply use the existing YAML configuration for the current build strategy and modify it to our needs. Click on Actions and Edit YAML, and we get the YAML-based configuration for the existing build. Copy the contents and move it to an editor. There are a lot of things in this file that we don't need if we're creating a new build configuration, such as the annotations, create timestamp, the labels, etc. We'll get rid of all of these. We will modify the name to simple-webapp-docker. We will also output the new build to a new image, simple web app docker. We will leave the source repository as is. However, if you look at the source code repository right now, we do not have a Docker file in it. As we discussed in the lecture, if we are using a Docker strategy, we need a Docker file in our source code. Since we don't have a Docker file, I'm going to go and create one. We will copy over instructions that I have used previously. So I now have a Docker file, and so I should be good to use this repository for my Docker build. The strategy section is where I'm going to make the major change. Instead of source, I'm going to change the type to Docker and the source strategy to Docker strategy. I don't need the from sections, so I'm going to get rid of all of that. I can now create a new build configuration by clicking on the Add to Project button and selecting the Import YAML/JSON option in the project window. I will now paste the contents of the file and click on Create. This will create a new build configuration. However, as you can see, it does not start because it says there is an invalid output reference. I purposely wanted to show this error because you might come across it from time to time. This is because we used a new image stream tag, but that image stream tag was not created. So if we go to our build configuration, we see that the output is supposed to go to an image stream tag by the name wimple-webapp-docker. But that it's not available currently. So in order to fix that, we need to create a new image stream tag. And for that, I will use the existing image stream tag, which is simple-webapp. Copy its contents, and what we really need is the name of the image stream. I'm just going to copy the first few lines and create a new file. I will then get rid of the unwanted lines and only leave the name. I will then follow the same procedure I followed to create a new build configuration by going to Add to Project and selecting the Import YAML/JSON option and provide the image stream configuration details. This creates a new image stream, and when I go back to my build, I can see that my build is running. If you go to the logs, you can see the Docker build happening, and I now see that the build configuration is complete and pushed to the new image stream. Well, that's it for this demo.